Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to today's Pick a Card reading. Today, we're taking a look at the month of November. So, we're going to break it up into three categories. First, love and romance, then work and finances, and then lastly, spirituality and personal growth throughout the month of November. So, I've got three different leaves with three different piles for you to choose from. And as I hold these leaves up to the camera, I'll be playing a sound for those of you that like to choose your reading clairaudiently. So let's go ahead and jump into the reading selection. All right, if you need more time, you can go down to the description box and hit the reading selection timestamp. We're going to begin with reading number 1, but all three groups will be timestamped in the description box as well. So go ahead and find yours, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and get into the month of November for you. We've got 3 different oracles for the 3 categories that we're going to be reviewing. So starting off with your love and romance, let's see what your guides want you to know. So we have check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, sorry, it's hard to read over the camera. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. So I definitely feel like the month of November is going to be a time for you to make sure that you're still happy in your relationship, that you're still happy with the progress that's being made, with the way that you're being loved. If you're single, I would say that just making sure that you're happy with the way that you're going about your dating life, or even just dating yourself and taking care of your own energy. But this is a good month to review, just to check in and make sure that you're still happy. Because you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to shift into something that may benefit you more. So let's clarify this with some tarot, see what's going on there. Okay. And it's for the best. I do feel like this is about you dedicating towards a specific relationship, like dedicating love into a specific relationship. I don't get the sense that you're single. I feel like, I mean, this is a general reading, so maybe some of you are, but it feels like for the most part, all of you are in a relationship, and it's one that is really healthy. It's one that is already in a good place, but I do feel like it's important to acknowledge, where do I want to add a little bit more healing? Where do I want to add a little bit more security and comfort into this relationship? How can I bring about a more vulnerable experience? But with that vulnerability, I feel like it needs to be met with healing and connection. So there needs to be this safety, and it needs to be understood between the both of you. I do feel like with the 7 of Pentacles that there's this message of like, you're exactly where you need to be right now, whether you are single or not. I feel like right now you're where you're supposed to be, and it's just a matter of continuing the work and dedication to make sure that you're still heading in the direction of what makes you happiest. Let's see what else is coming through. Yeah. It's not something that you can force. Oh wow, it's a slow energy. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes perseverance. You are going to have to open up. That's what I feel coming from this star energy, is that things are going to improve, but only from your ability and your partner's ability to be vulnerable with one another, to be very open and honest about, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I have to offer right now. Um, and this is what I see for our relationship. But I definitely feel like as you add in that vulnerable conversation and as you create safety surrounding those types of conversations, that slowly but surely this relationship will blossom into something even better than what it's currently at. So don't be afraid to talk about what you're feeling this month. Don't be afraid to check in with your partner and maybe ask them, like, hey, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about the way that things are going? Because I do feel like with the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles, that this isn't something that you can rush. This is something that is going to take its time. It's something that's slow and purposeful. And you want it that way because in the grand scheme of things, this is about building stability. This is about laying the groundwork. Even if you've been together, 10, 20 years, even if you've been together for a long time, this is about laying a new type of groundwork and strengthening that structure that can really exist beautifully within your relationship. Don't be a perfectionist about it. Don't be too clinical. It's going to be important that you feel your emotions and go with the flow of things, okay? But if you do all of that, I feel like your relationship is going to blossom. And again, if you're single, I would say that this is mostly about you taking the time for yourself and practicing more self-care, practicing a sense of vulnerability with you so that when you do meet your partner, or whoever, if you're not interested in dating right now, when you do meet somebody, or if you, whatever the case is for you, that you feel secure in yourself, that you feel right within the amount of vulnerability that you have to offer. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to look at your career and finances. So we have align. You're being asked to align with your current situation, even if it's not easy to do so. Trust that there's much to be learned by being here. Pushing against what is will only make things harder on you. Align, surrender, trust. Okay. A little bit of a difficult situation within your finances, but it's something that you can evidently align with to find a little bit more flow, a little bit more ease. Let's check in on this. Okay, we'll start here. I do see the difficult situation, and I don't think that it's necessarily, I don't want to say it's not as bad as you're perceiving it, but I do think that you have more say and more control at this stage in whatever you're facing. I think you actually have a lot of options available to you. I don't think all of them are necessarily the most beneficial. I think some of them could require you to push other people under the bus, or to even self-sabotage and choose something that may benefit you right now, but ultimately wouldn't give you the luxury and the comfort that you're seeking. I do feel like there's a little bit of a message here of making sure that you are aligned with the grand scheme of things, the long term within your finances and your career life. So November is not a month for you to just like get by. It's a month for you to choose real, sustainable, long term decisions, or to make those decisions so that you can see the real growth in your life take place. Because without that, without you getting out of your own way, I feel like you won't be able to reach this Empress moment, this moment where things do feel very aligned. Yeah. You may have to make a decision. You may have to make a decision to walk away from a path that you've been very invested in. And it's interesting that you have the align message coming out. So I wonder if you're just facing a really difficult situation that you can't get out of yet. Like you want all the riches, you want all of the benefit, you want all of the money, and rightfully so, and you deserve those things. And that is your birthright to have those things. But I feel like in order to get that, you're going to have to get out of your own way and stop playing the victim and say, I have more control than I'm giving myself credit for. I have more say in what goes on in my life. No, not every single circumstance is under our control, obviously, but we do have control over ourselves for the most part. You don't have control of yourself every single moment of every day. Mental health is real, but it's important to remember that you are a powerful creator. You are a powerful inventor, and whatever you want, whatever you really desire for yourself, you can get that, but you have to take practical steps towards it, and you have to get out of your own way when it comes to energetically aligning with those things. So if you're having this, listen to your intuition. If you're having this storyline of like, woe is me, I don't make enough, I don't have enough, I'll never have enough, I'm not worthy of this, it's too hard to do this, then it's going to add up, and it's really going to affect your intuition. It's really going to affect your ability to listen to what's next. So just take some time. And I understand, because I mean, life is fucking hard right now. It's important that you give yourself permission to be upset when you are. That's okay. But sitting and wallowing in that for, X amount of days and not considering the fact that you actually are powerful may be more damaging, or it will be damaging to the grand scheme of your project, of what you want within your career. So you need to go with the flow. You need to listen to what you want, be willing to take decisive action towards it, and listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. I do feel like your ability to set goals and really put things in motion is going to be important. No, I don't feel like you should rush ahead and just like quit your current job, but I do think that it's important for you to strategize. It's important for you to create some kind of list of goals, or a set of visions for yourself, maybe create a vision board, just to give you some kind of hope, give you some kind of energy that's more forward oriented rather than backwards or just stagnant. I do feel like you're going to need to add a little bit more trust into yourself and into the universe. Trust yourself that you know how to get this abundance. You know how to create that level of security for yourself. It's just a matter of you listening to your heart's desires and making real goals towards, I almost said steps, taking real steps and creating new goals and real goals towards those things. And don't forget that vulnerability. Don't forget that softness. That needs to be added into this. It doesn't have to be this harsh, like, I'm going to make it, I'm going to be resilient. Like, if you, absolutely, if that's the energy that comes to you in the moment, then take that and ride with it. But don't force yourself to be ready for anything that you're not. And this journey is not about pushing, pushing, pushing. It's about feeling inspired. It's about healing along the way. It's about choosing the long term and aligning with your current situation and bringing more mindfulness into your life so that you don't stay in this position of stagnation, so that you don't stay in this position of unhappiness and frustration within your current situation. So November is not a month to stay still. It's a month for you to align with what you currently got going on so that you can start to bring acceptance to that and start the path forward and start pushing into the next stage of your life, especially when it comes to your finances. All right. And lastly, we're going to take a look at your spirituality and personal growth. Pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. So your guides are sending you some messages, sending you some signs. I definitely feel like, especially with everything that just came out in your work and finances, that your guides are urging you to pay attention to your emotions, pay attention to your intuition and the psychic messages that come through to you. This is a good time to remind you, if you didn't know, or just to let you know if you didn't know, that everybody is psychic, and it's just a matter of tapping into those senses and practicing them on a daily basis, or, whenever it feels right for you, to listen to them and to use those things. But everybody has that ability. So let's see what's coming through. Beautiful. Yeah. November is a good time for you to work on the structure of things. It's a good month for you to learn about things that will ultimately benefit you in the future. I do feel like this is a good time for you to just kind of keep your head down and work on your craft. You may be into witchcraft, or just work on your spirituality, your religion, whatever it is that you practice. I feel like buckling down and really focusing on your beliefs, why you believe them, what they mean for you. I think that is going to give you much more power and say in your life than you may realize at this stage of it. Again, I don't think that this is something that's going to be recognized like in November. I feel like it'll be recognized maybe December, January, sometime around there. But it seems like whatever you're working on now, it won't click necessarily until a couple months. This is still good, though, that you get the ball rolling in that direction, that you work on your structure, you work on what it means for you to exist, period. What does it mean? And what does that feel like for you? And I don't think that this is like about you creating pressure on yourself to like figure everything out. But I do think that it's worth exploring, because underneath this level of like power that I'm seeing, are some really dark secrets maybe that you're carrying with you, some dark beliefs. And as you work on that structure, and as you kind of give yourself that space and permission to learn about, what do I believe in? you may realize that you're carrying some stuff with you that really goes against what it is that you actually believe, because it's totally different. There's a fine line between what you believe and what you know to be true. So do some work to explore that, because I definitely feel like you will find some pretty significant answers there. Yeah, it's a good month to heal. It's a good month to let go, to change your perspective, to choose this path of healing. But it's something that you have to choose. You have to be the one to say, yes, I want this. And it's totally cool if you want to go about this in a very logical way. Just remember that you can believe something, you can know something, but you may not feel it. You may not feel it in your bones. So check in with yourself. There has to be this balance between your mind and your emotions. But it's totally cool if you want to go about this in a very scholarly, clinical way. I just think that getting out of your own way while you do that, and being very realistic about the fact that this is still spirituality, this is still energy that you're dealing with, this is still your emotions that you're dealing with, that will definitely serve you in this path. Don't let yourself get wrapped up in the chaos of like forcing it to be something that it's not, or that it's not ready to be. Just let go as needed, and you will feel much more in control of this. Beautiful. November is going to be a very productive month for you. I feel like it's a good time for you to check in with yourself, make sure that you're satisfied with everything that's happening, work on your own mental health, work on your energy, work on your finances, letting go of the current situation that you're in by first aligning with it. Really good month for you. Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a really spectacular month. I think that there could be some challenges here for sure. But you are so capable, and I hope that you remember that you are so worthy of a better feeling experience. So thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate you. If you like the way that I read and you resonate, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick a card reading. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope that you have a wonderful month. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and get into the month of November for you. I've got 3 different mind oracles for all the topics that we're going to be reviewing. So we're going to start off with your love and romance. So you have fresh start. You're being, oh my God, you're being given the opportunity to begin again. Can I read? Maybe not. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Okay. So maybe a new relationship. Maybe you're exiting a relationship. Maybe you're just getting to know yourself in a new and beneficial way. But there's definitely a fresh start here. There's definitely a new beginning. So let's pull some tarot. Lots going on here. Okay, it's important that you learn from your current situation. I feel like you're ready to leave. This does look like an exit. This looks like you being willing to either grow and learn from the situation that you're in, or for you to, and by that I mean like stay in it and continue to grow and learn in it, or for you to take your lesson and leave. I feel like there's definitely some chaos here, and I feel like if you are to stay, that you need to be more vocal about what it is that you want in the relationship, or that you want from yourself, because there's some second guessing. There's some arguments that are coming up. There's some bickering energy. It doesn't feel like anything super, super toxic, but it does feel like an opportunity for you to soothe the situation or to ask for soothing energy from your partner. Whether you're single or not, I do feel like there is some like second guessing yourself. And that may be coming from somebody manipulating you, or it may just be coming from you not really knowing what it is that's going to make you happy. So, this is going to be a month for you to learn. This is going to be a month for you to take time to grow, whether again, that's in the relationship or leaving and growing outside of it. But regardless, you will need to decide what you want. You will need to make a decision on, this is what I want out of love and life. This is what I deserve. This is what I'm worthy of. And this is what I'm going to do, the steps that I'm going to take to make that happen. Because you are so worthy. Remember how beautifully abundant and loving you are in your nature, just naturally. You are a very loving being that deserves to have that energy met. You deserve to have a partner that really respects how emotional you are, how in tune you are. It's okay that you are sensitive. I feel like maybe there's just a lot going on emotionally that's causing all of this distress. But in that process, I do feel like you're shrinking yourself, that you're limiting how you feel, or you're not expressing it to the fullest for the hopes that you can either protect their feelings or you can not take up too much space, that you can like fly under the radar. Yeah. I mean, it does look like an ending. And for those of you that are in a very happy relationship and you're like, girl, I am not ready to leave my partner, tarot does not set things in stone, especially in a general setting where I don't even know who I'm reading for. But it does look like there needs to be a significant departure from how things used to operate into something way more beneficial for you, way more aligned with what you want emotionally. That is going to require a death moment. That is going to require this moment where you let go. And I do feel that it's coming not as a result of you just allowing it to happen, just sitting back and letting your partner take control in that. This looks like you taking action towards it, that you being in the receiving mode for this is about you taking decisive action, saying, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, either get on the train or get the hell out. And I definitely feel like it's time. It's long overdue is what it feels like. But you should know that as a result of you taking that step to be very decisive in this ending, whether again, it's you leaving the relationship or just leaving a part of the relationship behind, it's bringing you what you want. It's bringing you that emotional fulfillment that you really want in life. And I do feel like the universe has kind of pushed you into this position, that life circumstances, even outside of romance, that just like in life, things are probably looking a little bit like this all around you, where it's like, choose what you want, say what you want, do what you want. And you are about to hit a breaking point. And if you don't take care of yourself in this, then who will? And that's not to say that you don't have a loving partner, that you don't have like somebody there to support you, but I truly feel that nobody is going to take care of you the way that you can take care of yourself. And it's so important that you advocate for that. It's so important that you advocate for who you are and take care of yourself. If it helps, if it's weird to advocate for yourself as an adult, picture yourself as a small child. Like, would you take care of that little version of you? How would you take care of that little version of you? And how would you stand up for him, her, or them? Okay. All right. Big stuff. So let's move on to your work and finances for the month of November. So you have give. One of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way that you can give to another today. So that's a good sign. I don't feel like that card would come out unless you had enough to give. So I do feel like either there's like a party or there's some kind of celebration where you have enough finances, you have enough resources to aid in the making of it. Or you just have an opportunity to bless somebody one day where you're like feeling extra generous and you hand them $100 bill. Like, it doesn't have to be that much, but I'm just saying you have enough resources in the month of November to give back. And I feel like that will greatly improve or continue to improve the flow of your finances. So don't forget to give in the month of November. Five of Wands coming back out. Okay. You've got a lot going on in November. I feel like this is all about you. Excuse me. I feel like this is all about you improving your situation. That there's going to be a lot of work that you're going to put into this, but it will be worth it. I do feel like either at work or just when it comes to your finances, that either you feel very chaotic and conflicted, or you have too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's like, it's causing a distraction to like the improvement of things, to you receiving more money, to you getting, your wishes come true. So I feel like November is an opportunity for you to take a step back from that, take a step back from the drama, and really focus on your own emotions, focus on how you feel in that situation and about your finances, so that you can start to heal and get into a better position, whether that's a physical position within your career, within your workplace, maybe you're leaving jobs, you're going on a transition within that. But it just feels like there's a need for you to make sure that you're satisfied with the current situation, which I don't think you are, so that you can put yourself in the position to have more freedom, more happiness, more security, more comfort, whatever it is. But first you have to acknowledge what's not working out. Two of Pentacles coming back out. Yeah. So it doesn't feel okay. You're going to have to, okay. I do feel like there's so much resistance. And even like when I was saying you're going to have enough to like give other people, the Eight of Swords tried to come out towards that. And so I just feel like there's so much resistance to this message of like abundance and security. It's like, that is not your reality right now. And I understand that there may be like, yeah, right, in November, right. It may not, but it is something that you can start working towards. And I do see that being reflected in your cards. This looks like there's going to be a lot of work to be done, but if you buckle down and focus, keep your head down, stay out of the drama, because that is just not doing you any good. keep your head down and focus on your work and what you feel creative about, that it will improve your situation. This is not going to be something that's easy. This is not going to be an easy decision to make. I feel like you are significantly invested in this back and forth energy, or this situation that requires or that is filled with a lot of different people. But it's so important that you give yourself that permission to make that decision, so that you can give your blessings, so that you can share your blessings, so that you can give gratitude to what you have going on. Not everything is bad, and if you give yourself permission to reflect, take a step back, and do the work on yourself, that you're going to realize that. You're going to realize that things are slowly but surely improving. But you can't make that leap. You can't make that decision to like detach from this and expect everything to improve if you don't take this step seriously of feeling your emotions and really honoring and recognizing why did this happen in the first place? What part did you play in it? What part were you a victim in it? And and how did it trigger you? Like, what did it make you feel? Because if you try and, carry forward and improve the situation without doing that, then you're going to carry yourself with you. You'll carry that same attitude with you, and it will still affect you. So November is a month for you to significantly improve the quality of your finances by first addressing the drama that's going on, or the overabundance of opinions and dramatics from other people in your life, so that you can receive more and ultimately have that give and take energy in your life, that ebb and flow that everybody wants when it comes to their finances. I think that a lot of people just focus on the receiving part, but it's also important to give back. And it's also important to have that releasing, so that you can, have a consistency there. All right. Lastly, but definitely not least, we're going to take a look at your spirituality and personal growth throughout November. So you have, healing. That's nice. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once. Isn't that the truth? And you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing that you need with open arms and an open heart. Yeah, there's a lot going on. In just the glimpses that I've seen when it comes to your romantic life as well as your finances, it seems like there's a lot that's chaotic, and it may be difficult for you to say, this is what I want, this is what I deserve something better, and to choose that path. That's hard work. It's not easy to put yourself in a position of improvement, genuine improvement. I feel like you can definitely take steps to temporarily improve things or slap a band-aid on it. But when it comes to the deep healing, I feel like that's hard work, and your guides are recognizing that this isn't an easy path. You're dealing with a lot, and it's okay for you to feel a sense of heaviness there. That's natural. That's normal. Yeah. Yeah. So the month of November is definitely a time for you to focus on your emotions. In all areas of your life. It just feels like there's so much excuse me. It just feels like there's so much that you have at your fingertips in terms of like creation and manifestation and all of that, whatever it is that you believe in. But I feel like in order to embrace that side of yourself, you need to go a little bit deeper with yourself on an emotional level, and be willing to have that healing experience, not just a solution, not just, like I'm dealing with sadness. So I'm going to um, exercise more because it releases more endorphins. That's great. And that's a beautiful thing to do for your body and your mind, and your soul. But what is the root? What is the root of the sadness? Where is that stemming from? You don't need to like get super complicated, but at least giving yourself permission to embrace the emotions that you reject, or take a little bit deeper of a look at them. You may embrace them, but looking deeply at them is going to change the way that you grow in your personal life and within your spirituality. Remember that you are a badass. I mean, you are the Queen of Wands. You have this fierce and creative energy about you. You know how to get results. I think that maybe just throughout life, you've kind of disconnected from that, for one reason or another, or likely multiple reasons. But it's time to come back to yourself. Um, it's time to remember your power and remember that intense inner wisdom that is naturally residing within you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I just feel like you need permission to feel sad. Um, you just need a hug, and you need somebody to tell you it's going to be okay. And it's okay that it's not okay right now. Um, I really feel like in order for things to have more stability, in order for you to have that structure and that fierceness that you're looking for, you're going to have to stop trying to run away from the heaviness that's coming up for you. It's not coming up out of the blue and out of nowhere and just like for no reason. There is a reason that you feel heavy. And so giving yourself that permission to look a little bit deeper at it and explore it is going to make you feel more grounded and connected to yourself. It's going to make you feel more secure in your ability to nurture yourself and your ability to take care of business in your life. And remember that the universe is on your side. The universe has your back in this. You're the one that has to take those steps, but the universe will be right there with you. Your guides will be right there with you. Your ancestors will be right there with you, assisting you on this journey. So just remember that it is okay that you don't feel okay. There's actually a song. Oh my God, what is it called? Not Okay, I think, and it's by Jason Gray. I highly suggest listening to it. He is a very religious guy, but the song is good. But yeah, I feel like this is a time for you to just say, I'm all right. It's okay that I don't feel ready to be this big and powerful person. I'm feeling a little bit weak right now. And I'm allowed to meet myself there. I'm allowed to give myself kindness and meet that with a certain level of compassion and healing that I just haven't. Ah, what a month. Okay. You got a lot going on. Please, please be gentle with yourself. Please be kind and compassionate to your situation. You deserve a healing experience. You deserve this fresh start in your relationship, and you deserve a certain level of abundance that's overflowing to the point where you can give, that you have that freedom to like drop $100 on somebody who needs it. You're worthy. And November, I think, is a time for you to reconnect with that worthiness. So if you like the way that I read tarot, and you resonate with this reading, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick-a-card reading. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate you, and I hope that you gain the most benefit out of the month of November. Blessed be. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and jump into the month of November for you. We've got 3 different mind oracles for the 3 different topics that we will be discussing. So first up, we've got love and romance. So you have open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. So it's like a mirroring effect. I feel like there's this need for you to trust that once you open up, that things are going to match that energy. Oh my goodness, what a mess. That things are going to reciprocate that vulnerability that it really takes to open up. It's like you're this little locked up, I almost said locked up baby, but it's important that you find the key, and that key is vulnerability and trust, and open yourself up so that you're a free baby. All right, let's grab some tarot. Interesting. I feel like the month of November isn't a time for you to it's not a time for you to find groundedness. And I know that that may seem a little bit scary. I feel like it's a month for you to really explore the chaos that's going on within. I don't see this tower moment as something that's happening around you. It looks like something that's going on internally in your body and in your mind. And I feel like in order for you to open up and in order for you to embrace that path of vulnerability and trust, you're going to have to recognize that this is not everybody's experience. That chaos that you're feeling inside, that's not, I hesitate to use the word normal, but it's not something that you should have to deal with. I feel like there are solutions there, or at least comfort that somebody can bring you. But if you don't talk about this, if you don't let it out in your relationship, then I feel like it's going to become a very heavy burden and maybe even flood out into the spectrum of like resentment and frustration towards your partner for not being able to, read your mind. Yeah. I feel like you've been really let down in the past. You've really been hurt. And when you chose to open up in the past, it was not met with kindness. It was not met with this loving, tender, and compassionate energy. I don't think that that's the case right now. I feel like, and if you're single, this is about opening up to yourself and really exploring these things with you or maybe a therapist. But whatever it is, I feel like there's definitely this message of first of all, recognizing and honoring that fear of opening up isn't coming out of nowhere. It's valid that you feel that way, and it's normal that you feel that way, but it's not the case anymore. And so releasing that wall, putting that wall down, and giving yourself the time to first meet yourself with kindness before you open up, that you'll feel a lot better about the situation, or about whatever it is that you're dealing with here. I actually want to grab a clarification card. Things are changing inside of you. And you're feeling insecure because you don't know how to navigate these changes. You don't know how to embrace this. But you don't feel like you have enough resources. You don't feel like you're confident in your ability to create this change or to embrace it. But it's changing with or without you. And I feel like you can either open up, get on board, and create that sense of safety within yourself. Oops, I broke your leaf. Sense of safety within yourself and in your partnership, or you can continue to suffer with it and feel what I can only imagine is a crippling sense of chaotic energy and pain. Um, I really don't know what this could be, but it just seems like it's heavy enough that it would cause you to have a fear that nobody would understand, that nobody would be able to relate to you or give you the type of guidance or comfort that you really need. I think this is a very confusing situation for you. It's something that doesn't really make logical sense. But it's there and it's real and it's happening, and you deserve to open up in your relationship about it. So I feel like November is, in terms of your romance life, I feel like it's about you learning that it's okay to open up, that it's okay to trust your partner and let that wall down and talk about what's going on, and to not be perfect at it. Like, you don't have to say the right thing the first time. It's okay if you say something and you're like, wait, that's not actually the truth of it. Let me rephrase that. And to be wrong. It's okay to explore that. I think that maybe there's a fear there because you weren't given that space as a child, or you weren't given that at some point in your life, and that really impacted you. And that sucks. And that's horrible that you had to experience that. But I just don't feel like it's the case right now. November is a time for you to open up. All right. So moving on into your work and finances, you got create. You're being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. I do like that. And I feel like it's much needed with everything that's going on internally. I feel like there's definitely a need for you to have an outlet. There's a need for you to have something that you can decompress in. Also, something that you can make a lot of money from. Yeah. This path is divinely yours. It's definitely there for a reason. I feel like you maybe you were struggling with a creative block, and November is a time where you're going to be coming out of that, or you're just feeling a little bit more creative on how to make, more resources for yourself, make more money for yourself. But I would actually say that you're probably an entrepreneurial spirit, or you at least know, like, you have like side jobs or like little gigs or little things that you either dabble with or just don't fully like give your energy to. But it's important that in the month of November that you do. I do feel like there's some loss here. There's a feeling of maybe have invested in something and it didn't go your way. And that's why you don't fully trust it or you don't fully embrace it. But November is a good time for you to embrace it again. It's a good time for you to recognize, okay, maybe this situation didn't work out for me. Maybe I didn't get what I wanted there, but I still have some stuff working for me. And if I give myself proper time to grieve, because that experience was upsetting. And it's okay to recognize that. That after you do that, you can take the time to say, okay, what do I have working for me? What do I still have to my advantage? What can I do differently? If I want to do the same thing, how can I approach it in a way that's going to feel better for me, in a way that's maybe smarter, maybe more lucrative? It just seems like this is going to be a good month for you to tap into your specialties so that you can get the finances that you want. And again, I do feel like it's divinely yours. I feel like the universe has kind of prepared you for this. And if you don't do that work to grieve, it may be hard to recognize that. A good month to take control. You are going to have to fight for what you want. Again, you have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. It's not like you have to fight for it because the opportunity isn't there. It's like you have to prove to yourself first that this is something that is going to work out. And it may be difficult to get the ball rolling in that direction, but it's definitely there and it's definitely yours. I feel like maybe things are still just kind of shifting for now, that it hasn't fully arrived, but throughout November, it's like you have to get that ball rolling. You have to start creating and start opening yourself up to creating, in order to see the full manifestation of what you're asking for. So yeah, I mean, this is a really good month for you to take charge. It's a good month for you to say, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to get it. I'm not going to back down. I have a strong why. I let go of what didn't work in the past. It happened. It didn't work out. But now I have all of this beautiful energy to work with moving forward. So really good. I love that. Don't forget to be creative. And again, I feel like that in itself would be a good outlet or a good resource to pull from when it comes to creating more vulnerability and power in other areas of your life, i.e. your romantic relationship. All right. So now lastly, we've got your spirituality and personal growth. So you got presence. You're being asked to spend more time. Looks like a hair. What is that? A scratch? Okay. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now. And when you're not present for it, you miss all of its beauty. So more mindfulness, so more connectedness to your current experience, validating yourself, letting go again of what hasn't worked in the past so that you can really truly focus on how you feel now, and the possibilities that are waiting for you in the future. Again, I mean, don't future trip. Don't start like saying, well, it needs to happen in this amount of ways and like at this amount of time. Just be present with yourself and open yourself back up to that infinite possibility feeling. I feel like it's creating a little bit more innocence. Yeah. Reclaim your power. I feel like you're going to have to be very decisive about this. It's not something that's just going to come about. You do have to practice mindfulness. You do have to practice that sense of willingness to create from this present moment. The magician does not pretend to create, from nothing. He has a very clear set of tools sitting in front of him that he can use to his advantage. So it's not like you're pretending to have this life that you don't have and like that's how you're going to get it. It's like you already have some tools to your advantage. You just have to make the decision to use them. You just have to make the decision to feel your emotions more, to lean into your creative outlets, to open up in your partnerships. All of that is what will give you the ability to really improve your connectedness to yourself. It'll give you more depth in your relationship with you. So if you are willing, I would invite you to practice mindfulness even in this moment and just kind of check in like, what am I feeling right now? And once you have an answer to that, don't run away from it. Don't judge it. Don't say, well, I'm feeling sadness, but this and this and this, or I'm feeling happiness, but like, I don't know, I might not have what it takes to like sustain that happiness. Just let it be. What are you feeling right now? And just invite that to exist without judgment, without pushing it anywhere, without forcing it to be anything or have a reason for existing. And as you practice that, I feel like you will be able to access a little bit more fluidity when it comes to living your life, to put it bluntly, and more allowance in, your ability to live from a place of happiness, from a place of openness, and not this closed off, afraid version of yourself. Yes, that's exactly right. You're going to have to nurture it. You're going to have to choose it, identify it, practice it, and nurture it. But it's there. That harmony that you're looking for, that peace of mind, that feeling of waking up and being like happy with what you've got going on, not afraid of the changes that are happening within you, not afraid of putting yourself out there and opening up and getting creative, focusing on your happiness. I feel this intense fear that there's like not going to be enough happiness or that it won't ever last. And I just feel like that's coming. I mean, I'm channeling whoever this is for. So I just feel like, it's obviously coming from you, and that may be something that you're dealing with. And that is okay. It's okay to have that fear. I think that especially if you've gone through really dark periods in life where happiness was literally non-existent, it can be terrifying to put yourself out there and let yourself feel happy, because the downfall from that can be devastating. But I just feel that it's safe, that this is a confirmation for you that it is safe for you to stop feeling so insecure about happiness and your ability to create it and your ability to find it, because it's not always creatable. You can't always attain it in that way. Sometimes you have to go looking for it. But just having a little bit more confidence in yourself, it's safe to do that now. It's safe to believe in your ability to sustain a feeling of comfort and joyous freedom in your life. You have to nurture it. You have to be the one to propel that energy forward. But I don't feel like you're going to be met with this devastating downfall, when you don't get what you want, or when something horrible happens. Not saying that something horrible is going to happen, but like, I hope that you understand what I'm saying. So let yourself feel happy in the month of November. Let yourself feel it, not because it's going to get you what you want, but because you're worthy of experiencing the full spectrum of emotions. You're human, and you are worthy of happiness just as much as you are worthy of success, this feeling of freedom. You're worthy of the feeling of sadness, of scarcity. You are worthy of feeling the experience of vulnerability and tenderness, as well as compassion. I mean, everything. You are worthy of experiencing those things and not feeling like they have to be all or nothing, um, or that it's going to exist forever. Just keep telling yourself and remembering that this too shall pass. I know that's a really cheesy saying nowadays, or that people like to make it a cheesy saying, but it's true. This too shall pass. And if you just keep reminding yourself that you're worthy of feeling happiness, even if it doesn't persist forever, then I feel like that takes the pressure off of things. Whew, what a month. I feel like it's going to be a really good month, depending on how you handle it, or depending rather on how you take action towards it. I do feel like it's definitely dependent. The happiness, the level of success throughout the month is very dependent on your ability to open up, get creative, and be present in this moment. Beautiful. But you're so worthy of it, and I hope that you remember that. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you like the way that I read and you found this reading to be helpful and insightful and uplifting, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being present in this moment with me and allowing me to read for you. I wish you all the best in the month of November. Blessed be.